had the chance today to catch up with Tammy, who comes out of Michigan. So I'm trying to get this up before the sun goes down on her so she can see it before bed. We were talking about having this 80s vibe, growing up in the 80s, and I know I've probably said it in a post, and I know I read it all the time and hear people on YouTube talk about their bio hair and how this style or that style reminds them of their bio hair. And I have been looking for this style since I was in high school. And in my early 20s, this almost reminds me of Vixen. And into my late 20s and into my 30s, look at that. 30s, late 30s, early 40s. I recognize myself in this, and now I know why. Because it's just like what I've been looking for since I was a kid. So she had asked me if I had done anything to mine, and I don't have time to do that finessing, changing styles, you know, trimming bangs and steaming them, and I did all that back when I got right into my wig addiction a couple of years ago, but now I just don't have time, and I've been looking for something that looks just like this so that I look just like this again, and I found it in Nutmeg. This is almost like this. Or this. So I recognize myself again, and that's the most incredible feeling ever. The Nutmeg, though, I tell you, we talk about no two pieces being alike, and I don't think the colors are either, because this one is Hollywood in Nutmeg, and this one is Broadway. You couldn't get more east and west. But the colors are almost not the same. And I know that in a longer style, you're going to have more colors that you don't see on the shorter style. This just seems so much darker than this. This is brand new. I don't think I've even worn this out yet. This is a good 6 months old and has been thrashed. But I still wear it. I had committed to make this my workout hair and get back on that treadmill in the morning, and I have yet to pull myself out of bed. I still get up and watch YouTube with my morning coffee before I start getting ready. But I still wear this to work. I still think this has life left in it. You know, because I don't ever touch the curl pattern, I never brush it. It's been okay, and I have not taken care of it. So it's nappy in the nape. And I'm sure maybe with a really good washing and, you know, maybe putting some steam in here, this would all kind of calm back down and look just like this, just fine. But I have a brand new Broadway in Nutmeg, if that's not backwards, that I got just in case they ever discontinue it. If they discontinue it, I'll start getting Felicia by Henry Margaux. But this is the color that I have been trying to be for years. So this is my bio hair, and this is Broadway. So let me show you how she looks. I showed her when I got her out of the big box. So she comes with a hairnet. She's got a crisscross pattern. But I can't even say that I remember what the manufacturer's photos look like. I know that I saw it on sister wigs. I saw Heather, you know, doing this and getting it higher and higher and higher and jumping up and down. She was jumping up and down. And I thought, oh my God, I think that's my hair. And she just kept doing this. So I know, I feel like the manufacturer's photos and some wig reviewers get these, put them on and don't touch this so that they can resell them on a clearance rack when they get them back. So I feel like as I've watched the community evolve from a little YouTuber to now a massive YouTuber, the growth that I've watched happen since 2015, 16, I can see the way that they, you know, barely touch this and they, you know, do this and they, you know, and they're constantly doing this. And so they're not messing this up. And that's the first thing I do is get up there and rev up the permatease. What Frankie says, I pimp my ride. I look under the hood and get those adjusters up under there really good and tight and then rev them up and take this one for a ride. The nice thing is that like this one has enough dimension in it that it looks like it is rooted. So this one is Pecan. Yeah, Pecan. And it looks like it has a root, but it does not have a root. Now I know that Tammy doesn't want a blonde, and Nutmeg does have blonde in it. There is some blonde. This is a much better camera than I had when I did the review in my bedroom window upstairs. So, but it's got that red base. And from the photo profile pic that Tammy has that I thought was a fiery copper red kind of looked like, I thought this might be a very good transition for a summer color because it's got the blonde tips in it. But it doesn't, they end in the light, but they don't start out light. And I'm showing you this on my thrashed one because this is the color that it will become. And I know she said, show it in sunlight because that's the best. But it's weird how I can see that the images aren't what they look like in real life, but they do here and away. So I almost feel like I've got pom-poms when I hold them up. Ready? Okay. But some do start out light down in here and come out, but then some of them don't. But it's really, really pretty. If you can see that. Shiny curl. It's really pretty and it has a red base and that's really what it looks like. But it does look very different, brand new. So it's almost unrecognizable how shiny and light it is with all the silicone that's on it. And I prefer it more when it's got some environmental conditioning in it from the environment that I live in. The smog. I'm in California, so I got the smog no matter what side of the state I live in, north or south, but it will change. It will change. And this has got a lot more blonde in it. So if you get a shorter piece, it's not going to be as much. But I wanted to show it to you right out of the box so you could see how it looks when it's thrashed. So it's really spliced into these ear tabs really good. Really, really good. And they're the open ones, but they have I think every ear tab has the bendable ones. This is a large, 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 large cap. There's a lot of room in here. But let me show you how this looks right out of the box in this color. Okay, yeah. So manufacturer's photos probably look something like this. I'm going to keep this so can't get it off. Just have a string on there. So, you know, you can tell some of the YouTubers are, you know, keeping it like this when all of this permatease is flat, when it really has a lot going on in here. And the bangs are right here. It's just, I wouldn't like this myself, you know, when it's got so much pizzazz and lift. And so I love having this stuff, this John Renault Peace Out Cream. But, you know, you can say that not every wig looks good on me, because this is what this looks like right out of the box, you know. Crisscross pattern and the whole bit. I like to take my rings off when I do this so they don't snag in there. So just to be fair, I used to always take my own hair and pull it back in a low pony and then use it like as a hook. But I forgot to do that today. So there's my pony is up here. So it's giving me Noriko vibes with that bump on the top. But it's got so much lift, it doesn't really matter because I pumped that sucker up pretty high, pimping out my ride. So all this permatease is very flat. It's very flat against, I can feel it. So the ear tabs. The ear tabs, there's so much room in here. Even with my man bun, my husband calls it, there is still so much room in here. So much room. It's incredible. So yeah, I don't know if the manufacturer's photos look like this, but I can't do this. So all that permatease is flat, and I need to stand them up. So I go in here and I start at the bangs, and I just rev them. I say rev them up. And I flip the part. So they're going to be face floppers until they get a little bit to where they're sticking together, like you know, holding their own shape, holding shape like that. Like these. Now these stand up and they have their own shape, but I have to use Peace Out cream to do it. This Peace Out contour fiber cream, which I don't know of anything else to use. There may be other things to use, but I've always just used this, like this. And then I don't like to put a whole lot on it, just in the bangs and just out here, not so much down in the permatease. So I get up in here and I just kind of roll them together like that, which I didn't do the day that I wore this the first day, and I was having a miserable hair day in perfect hair. But and then I just do a lot of zhuzhing and work that permatease up there, and that's what you got. And now I look like me again. So I hope this helps, Tammy. It was really fun talking today. DMs on DMs. So my Facebook photos, they're open for everyone as far as I know. I don't have any settings in Facebook. And I've gone through all of my photos and I've listed the names of each piece that I'm wearing and the color, if anyone is interested in what I'm wearing in those. The ones that are mine that I've uploaded, I'm tagged in other people's photos, so I'm not able to say what I'm wearing, but there's other pictures around it that I uploaded that'll tell you what it is. And then you'll get to wear you won't see that anymore, and that's my bio hair. So you'll see my hair go like this and this and this and this and then this. So thanks again, Tammy. It was a lot of fun, and would love to know if you found your hair and the hair that you have that you recognize yourself in, whether it's Belle or yourself. See you soon.